I told you that one simple habit is quietly draining your energy, killing your confidence, and keeping you stuck in life. You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and trapped in a cycle that you can't escape. But what if the secret to unshakable self-control and true masculinity has been hiding in plain sight all along? Stick with me, because after hearing this, you'll never look at this habit the same way again. Masturbation, a topic nobody likes to talk about but everyone deals with. Some say it's normal, harmless, and even healthy. But have you ever stopped to question it? What if I told you that this so-called harmless habit is doing more damage than you think? The ancient Stoics, the greatest minds in history, knew something that modern society tries to ignore. They understood the power of discipline, the cost of pleasure-seeking, and the secret to true self-mastery. And today, I'm going to reveal what they knew, so you can break free, reclaim your power, and transform your life. The problem, why this habit is destroying you. Let's be honest, you felt it, that sense of guilt, that lack of motivation after indulging in it, that feeling of emptiness, like something inside you is slipping away. But why? Science tells us that each time you engage in this habit, your brain releases a massive surge of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Because the more you indulge, the more your brain gets addicted to quick, easy pleasure. And just like any addiction, the side effects start to show. You feel drained, weak, unmotivated. Your drive to accomplish real goals fades away because your brain has already received its reward without you actually achieving anything. The Stoics understood this problem long before science did. They warned against overindulgence and the dangers of being controlled by base desires. But what exactly did they say, and how can you use their wisdom to break free? The Stoic wisdom, the trap of pleasure. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "No man is free who is a slave to his body," and that's exactly what happens. When you let pleasure control you, every time you give in to this habit, you reinforce a mindset of weakness. You tell yourself, "I need this." Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, believed in mastering desires, not being ruled by them. He knew that a man who cannot control himself will never be truly free. The more you seek pleasure, the more you become its prisoner, the more you chase. Instant gratification, the further you move away from true fulfillment. But here's the real kicker. Every great man in history, from warriors to emperors to visionaries, had one thing in common. They controlled their desires. They didn't let their urges dictate their actions. And because of that, they achieved greatness, while the rest remained enslaved to their impulses. The solution? How? To break free and reclaim your power. So how do you escape this trap? How do you take back control and break free from a habit that's been holding you back? The answer lies in 3 Stoic principles: self-discipline, purpose, and transmutation. 1. Self-discipline, the key to freedom. Epictetus said, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself." And that's where it starts. The moment you decide to stop being a slave to your desires is the moment you start reclaiming your power. But self-discipline isn't about denying yourself. It's about choosing what's truly valuable over what's easy. Every time you resist the urge, you train your mind to become stronger. You build mental toughness, and over time, your impulses lose their control over you. 2. Find your purpose. Replace the habit with something greater. The Stoics believed that a life without purpose is a life wasted, and that's why so many men struggle with this habit. They lack something meaningful to channel their energy into think about it. If your mind is occupied with building a business, mastering a skill, or pursuing greatness, do you really have time for pointless indulgence? The key is to replace the habit with something that gives you a real sense of fulfillment. 3. Transmutation, redirecting your energy. Ancient warriors, artists, and philosophers knew a secret that most men today ignore. They understood that sexual energy is the most powerful force in a man's body. And when that energy is wasted, so is his potential. But when it's redirected, when it's channeled into something productive, it becomes a source of unstoppable drive. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, stayed celibate his entire life because he understood this principle. He knew that by redirecting his energy, he could achieve greatness that others couldn't. And this is exactly what the Stoics preached. Instead of wasting your energy on temporary pleasure, use it to fuel your ambition, your creativity, and your discipline. the climax. What happens when you quit? Imagine this, waking up every day with unbreakable confidence. No guilt, no weakness, just pure, unstoppable energy. Imagine feeling more motivated, more focused, and more in control of your life than ever before. That's what happens when you break free. Your testosterone levels increase, your mental clarity sharpens, your drive to achieve skyrockets, and most importantly, you regain the power over your own mind. This is what the Stoics mean by true freedom. It's not just about quitting a habit, it's about becoming the man you were meant to be. Conclusion, the final challenge. Now the question is, will you stay trapped in the cycle, or will you take control? Will you keep letting an empty habit steal your potential, or will you rise above it? The choice is yours. But remember this, no great man in history was ruled by his desires. The ones who changed the world were the ones who mastered themselves. First, if you're ready to break free, reclaim your power, and start living like a true Stoic, make sure to subscribe for more content.